You're not crazy. I know there's all sorts of crazy stuff going on in your head and in your body, hell, in your life, but you're not crazy. Okay, some of these things that are going on are outside of your control. Just because somebody says, oh, you've got depression, doesn't necessarily mean you've got depression. Just because somebody says that you're OCD doesn't mean you have OCD. Just because you are socially awkward doesn't mean you're always going to be socially awkward. See, there are going to be things that you go through that don't make a lot of sense. Cravings that are out of control, that you can't understand, and even though you know better in your head, you can't stop yourself from doing it. I've mentioned this many times, but I ate ice cream for breakfast on more than one occasion. And I would eat ice cream in 1 or 2 litres at a time sometimes. Okay? I was a fit personal trainer and I knew better, but for some reason, I couldn't help but go and eat that. I couldn't stop myself from buying it. The cravings were too strong. I don't have those cravings anymore. The more I cleaned up my gut, the more my digestive system got healthy, the less information was scrambled between my gut and my brain. The more I took away from, or I guess cleaned up that stuff, the more I could start to think clearly. And yeah, like I said, cravings aren't there. So there's a strong correlation between what's going on in the gut and what's going on in the brain. If those messages are scrambled, things are going to happen that you're not going to explain. Things like cravings, which I already mentioned. Crazy symptoms could be something like you have a song that is stuck in your head all day and you cannot get it out no matter what you do. It may only be one line from the song that's stuck in your head and it could drive you insane. I know, been there. All right? Could be behaviours. Behaviours that are self-sabotaging, that really don't make a lot of sense, that are certainly negative towards what you want to do. You don't even know why you're doing them, but it's just there. All right? Some of those things will go away. You know, I used to be really bad ADD, couldn't relax, couldn't switch off. ADD, ADHD, whatever. There's a lot of that in my family, okay? It's not there anymore. I'm super focused at times, but I'm certainly not crazy out of my mind, having to move, do this, do 20 things at a time. Now, I can take it away from doing all these things all the time and bring my focus back to just doing that one thing that's important. It took time, cleaning up the digestive system, cleaned up the brain. Alright, OCD behaviours. I had them, still got a few, but they're nowhere near as bad as they were anymore. Those OCD things, you'll see them in other people and you wonder what's going on. A lot of it is just to do with that digestive system not working so well. The information scrambled going up to the brain, so the brain is interpreting these things on more of an anxiety pattern. If I don't do this, what will happen? Or something bad will happen. It's not real. Again, clean up the gut, a lot of that will disappear. One of the hardest things for me was the social awkwardness. I could never relax with people the way that I really wanted to. Didn't really understand it. The healthier I got, the easier it got. But I would still have times when things wouldn't make a lot of sense. For example, only a few years ago I figured out by researching things on the autism spectrum, which include ADD, ADHD, dyslexia, Asperger's. Well, I already had the ADD, ADHD, I had dyslexia from when I was in school. Not so much anymore. If I'm tired, perhaps. But again, the healthier I've gotten, the less it's gotten there. The Asperger's, 2 years ago. Figured that out. I'm like, huh, that explains a lot. So that was one where I would think something. I would go to say that thing and something different would come out. And I could never understand it. I'll get myself into trouble. I might be paying somebody a compliment and say something that is an insult. It drove me insane and it caused me so much internal stress that I didn't want to talk to people at times. Not my fault. Alright, that was my gut. That was all that information that was scrambled through there. It's not so much there anymore. So, don't be so hard on yourself. You're not crazy. There are crazy things going on within you. You work through the processes of sorting those things out from a health level, and mentally they'll just disappear. You don't need counselling, but counselling might help. You don't need to do these personal development things, but those personal development things might help. All of these things will help at some particular level, but don't put the pressure on yourself to have to do that one thing. See, the body, it can heal through so many different modalities. It can heal from a physical level. It can heal from a mental level, reprogramming. It can heal from a spiritual level. Let the body do its thing. You follow the course. Do what feels good to you. Go into the next protocol or healing system which you feel called to, because that's probably the best place that you should go. And trust your gut. You're not crazy. You just got some crazy stuff going on. Keep on going with what you're doing. You're doing a great job.